Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. Alright guys, buckle up because the NFL world is shaking right now. The Baltimore Ravens just dropped what might be the biggest bombshell of the season. Head coach John Harbaugh has reportedly confirmed that Jalen Ramsey is joining the flock. Yeah, you heard me right. The same Jalen Ramsey, the all-pro cornerback, the lockdown king, the man who made a career out of silencing the league's best wide receivers, is officially suiting up in purple and black. It's one of those moves that nobody saw coming, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Baltimore has always prided itself on defense, on swagger, on that gritty, physical brand of football, and Ramsey fits that identity like a glove. The Ravens' secondary, already one of the most disciplined in the league, just became downright terrifying. Harbaugh himself sounded fired up when he broke the news, saying it was about leadership, mentality, and setting a tone for a Super Bowl run. You can tell he's building something here, and this move screams we're all in. Fans are buzzing, social media is melting, and every analyst out there is already revising their playoff predictions because Baltimore just got scary good overnight. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect, because this signing isn't just a headline, it's a statement. Jalen Ramsey brings more than elite coverage. He brings attitude, championship experience, and that psychological edge that makes wideouts think twice before running their routes. Remember his time in Jacksonville, his dominance in Los Angeles, and how he completely changed the Rams' secondary identity. That's what Harbaugh is banking on. That presence, that fire, that no-nonsense leadership that pushes teammates to another level. And honestly, this couldn't come at a better time. The AFC is absolutely loaded this year, with Kansas City, Buffalo, and Miami all gunning for dominance. But Baltimore just sent a message. You better come correct. Harbaugh's defense already had depth, with young corners stepping up, but Ramsey's addition turns that group into an elite unit on paper. The Ravens now have flexibility to move guys around, disguise coverages, and suffocate offenses. It's chess, not checkers, and Ramsey's arrival might be the piece Harbaugh needed to tilt the board completely in Baltimore's favor. And you know what's crazy? The timing. This move comes right after weeks of speculation that Baltimore was quietly exploring defensive reinforcements. There were whispers, sure, about adding a veteran corner, but nobody, and I mean nobody, thought it would be Ramsey. The front office played this one perfectly, keeping everything under wraps until the moment was right. You can almost picture Eric DeCosta and John Harbaugh in the war room, grinning like they just pulled off a heist. This isn't just about plugging a hole. This is about sending shockwaves through the league. Ramsey's deal, reportedly a short-term, incentive-heavy contract, shows he's hungry. He's betting on himself, betting on Baltimore, and that's dangerous. When a player like Jalen Ramsey feels like he has something to prove, opposing quarterbacks start having nightmares. The Ravens have turned a solid defense into a potentially historic one. And if this group stays healthy, we might be witnessing the foundation of something truly special in Baltimore. But let's look at it from Ramsey's perspective. This might be the perfect fresh start. After battling injuries and inconsistency last season, there were questions about whether the superstar corner still had that same fire. Now, stepping into a locker room that's built on accountability and competition, he's going to have every chance to prove that he's still one of the most feared defenders in the game. Playing alongside talents like Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, and Marcus Williams, Ramsey won't have to do it all himself. He can focus on what he does best, shutting down top receivers and bringing that energy that lifts everyone around him. And you know the Baltimore crowd. Once he lays that first big hit or snatches that first interception at M&T Bank Stadium, it's over. The city will embrace him instantly. Harbaugh knows how to get the most out of veterans, and with Ramsey's edge and the Ravens' culture, this partnership feels like a match made in football heaven. There's also the emotional element, the swagger, the confidence, the statement that this move makes to the entire locker room. You bring in a player like Jalen Ramsey, and everyone around him automatically steps up. Practices get sharper, competition gets tougher, and that belief in the locker room grows stronger. You can almost sense the message Harbaugh is sending. The Ravens aren't here just to compete. They're here to dominate. Lamar Jackson has been playing some of the best football of his career, and now, with a defense that looks this loaded, Baltimore has balance, depth, and veteran leadership on both sides of the ball. Ramsey's presence could even influence younger corners to raise their game, studying his film habits, learning his footwork, his anticipation. This isn't just a signing, it's a cultural injection. It's the Ravens doubling down on what's made them great historically: relentless defense, unity, and that unshakable toughness that defines Baltimore football. And yet, there's this undercurrent of anticipation, this what-if feeling that makes fans dream big. What if Ramsey truly returns to all-pro form? What if Baltimore's defense becomes the new standard for the league? What if this is the missing piece that pushes the Ravens over the hump in January? You can sense the excitement not just in the city, but across the NFL landscape. Opposing teams are taking notice. Commentators are already calling this the move of the year, and you can't really argue with that. Ramsey doesn't just bring skill. He brings star power, that media magnetism that makes every game feel like a primetime event. Harbaugh wanted leadership and accountability, and he just added one of the most vocal, passionate leaders in football. The Ravens' identity is shifting from potential to powerhouse, and this signing might be the spark that ignites their championship run. Baltimore's making noise again, and the rest of the league better be ready for it. Now, here's where things get really interesting, because rumors are already swirling about what went down behind the scenes to make this move happen. Some insiders are whispering that this deal had been in the works for weeks, maybe even months, with Ramsey himself quietly expressing interest in joining Baltimore after feeling that his time elsewhere had run its course. There's talk that Lamar Jackson even reached out personally, making that player-to-player connection that sometimes seals the deal faster than any front office pitch. If that's true, then this wasn't just a business decision, it was a brotherhood move. The Ravens have been preaching chemistry all offseason, and adding a guy like Ramsey, who commands respect instantly, fits that vision perfectly. The vibe around Baltimore right now is electric, like something big is brewing. You can almost feel it, a sense of unfinished business, a hunger that's been building since that tough playoff exit last season. Harbaugh knew he needed a spark, and Ramsey might just be the fire starter they were waiting for. But let's not gloss over the risks, because every blockbuster move comes with a little bit of uncertainty. Ramsey is still recovering from past injuries, and while his talent is undeniable, durability has become a fair concern over the last couple of years. The Ravens are gambling that their medical and performance staff can keep him healthy through the grind of a long season. It's a calculated risk, but if anyone knows how to manage veteran stars and keep them locked in, it's John Harbaugh. His track record speaks for itself. Remember how he revived players like Marcus Peters and Calais Campbell? Harbaugh knows how to put his veterans in positions to succeed without overloading them. Ramsey won't be asked to do everything. He'll be asked to do his thing at the highest possible level. And if that version of Ramsey shows up, the Ravens' defense might not just be good, it might be legendary. That's the level of expectation that comes with this move. The locker room reaction has reportedly been through the roof. Sources close to the team say players were fired up and ready to go to war after hearing the news. That's the Harbaugh effect. He knows how to make a move that hits both strategically and emotionally. Jalen Ramsey is more than just a name. He's a tone setter, a walking message that mediocrity won't be tolerated. And for a young defense filled with emerging stars, that's exactly the kind of presence you want in your building. Imagine being a second-year corner and getting to line up next to Jalen Ramsey in practice every day, learning from his techniques, his trash talk, his focus. That kind of mentorship is priceless. The Ravens have always thrived on internal competition, and Ramsey's arrival just turned the intensity up to 11. You can expect the defense to play faster, hit harder, and talk louder. Classic Baltimore football, just the way Harbaugh likes it. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. And here's another layer to the story, the psychological warfare. Ramsey is known for getting inside opponents' heads, not just by shutting them down, but by breaking their confidence. Wide receivers hate going against him because he doesn't just cover you. He talks, he taunts, he gets under your skin until you're second-guessing every move. That kind of edge spreads throughout a team. Baltimore's defense has always had that old-school, gritty vibe, but Ramsey brings a Hollywood-level spotlight with him. Suddenly, every matchup becomes must-watch TV. You know ESPN and every sports network will be rolling highlights of Ramsey jawing at receivers, waving his hands after a pass breakup, feeding off the crowd. That's the energy Baltimore has been missing. A villain on defense, a showman who thrives in chaos. Harbaugh's building not just a team, but a spectacle, and Ramsey's presence amplifies everything the Ravens stand for. As the dust settles, fans are already speculating what this means for the long-term future of the franchise. If Ramsey performs at his peak, the Ravens might consider extending him, pairing him with their young defensive core for years to come. It's not just about this season. It's about establishing dominance for the next era. The AFC North is brutal, with Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland all fielding competitive rosters. But Baltimore just sent a message. They're done being overlooked. This is a win-now team with championship DNA. And let's be honest, seeing Ramsey line up in that purple uniform, under those lights, with the Ravens anthem blaring, it's going to look iconic. Every era of great Baltimore football has had its defensive centerpiece, from Ray Lewis to Ed Reed to Terrell Suggs. And maybe, just maybe, Ramsey is about to write the next chapter in that legacy. The narrative writes itself, and fans are here for it. Still, this whole situation feels like the calm before the storm. Every move like this has a turning point moment. That one game where everything clicks, where the new guy makes his statement, and the rest of the league realizes what just happened. That moment is coming. Maybe it'll be a pick six under the lights against Kansas City, or a game-saving breakup in the playoffs. Whatever it is, Ramsey has that flair for drama, that sense of timing that turns moments into legends. Baltimore thrives on those storylines, and Harbaugh knows how to build them. This isn't just a signing. It's the start of a movement, one built on confidence, redemption, and legacy. Jalen Ramsey in Baltimore isn't just football news. It's theater, it's emotion, it's ambition wrapped in shoulder pads. And as Ravens fans chant and the NFL world watches closely, one thing's for sure. John Harbaugh just made a move that could redefine the entire season, and the whole league better take notice. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.